we have the hourly price chart for AMC Entertainment Holdings Incorporated, stock ticker AMC. So here we can see some price action that is fairly similar to what is also occurring in GameStop. I know that many people are long both of these stocks. There tends to be a lot of agreement between what goes on with the people that are investing in one versus the other. Anybody that wants to see what's going on in GameStop, the actual price action, I did just release a video on GameStop. And as we can see here, if we sort of drill into this price chart a bit, we can see very similar price action that's going on. Essentially, you did see a price low in both of these names. It was a little bit more of a near-term low in GameStop relative to AMC, but the most recent low here on the hourly chart comes in at 441. This would be the price low from the August 5 trading session. This was the same day that GameStop posted its kind of near-term low. In this case, it's $4.41. And then what we did see from there was a bit of a rebound. So we did see a bit of a price movement higher, but I don't think that it makes a lot of sense for people to become encouraged by this or get excited by this because the moves here have been fairly minimal. And we're also starting to see price failures at very important Fibonacci levels. This is happening with AMC, and it's also happening with GameStop. The Fibonacci levels themselves are a little bit different, but we're starting to see very similar types of price actions. I really do encourage people to look at the other GameStop video because the structure that you see in both of these cases is very similar. So essentially what you have here is a bit of a price bounce from these lows. You're seeing some higher lows here, but the daily close here, and it's also the weekly close because it was a Friday trading session. So what you're really seeing here is a bit of a price failure here in anticipation of a very important Fibonacci zone. It's not the same number in both cases, but here, if we're looking at the dominant price move coming from the $5.44 highs and the $4.41 lows, we can see that the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement zone comes in right around the 521 mark. In addition to that, we also have a price high that was posted on the 7th of August 7, which coincides with this area very closely. So this is a very key level to watch to the top side. Without a break here, I don't see how the stock really has much more strength in this current trending move. The reason that I say this is because we've essentially stopped posting higher highs at this point. And then in addition to that, this most recent closing period did technically break the prior short-term support zone, which was found, let me get an exact price here, which is found at $4.99. So, as we can see here, it's not much of a price break. It's the low from the most recent trading session here, 2 hours before the actual closing on Friday, did come in at $4.98. It's not a massive break. It's only 1 penny. But the fact that we have not been able to bounce here is concerning. And then you also have to deal with the fact that share prices are now trading back below the exponential moving average cluster. So you have several things here going on at once. You have this price failure, this inability of the stock to break through the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement level, and this historical historical resistance zone at 521. Sorry, I've already done 12 videos today. So there's a failure to break this level to the top side, and we're not seeing any bounce here from this $4.99 mark. So for all of these reasons, the open on Monday is going to be very important. If you do not see any kind of a bounce from here, what you're going to start to see is a series of lower lows. So that would essentially signal an end to this most recent wave higher, this most recent trend wave higher, and a failure at a very key Fibonacci level. So ultimately, then to the downside, if we do start to roll over here, the next level to watch on the downside comes in at $4.80. If that breaks, you're looking at a full retracement back down to these prior lows at $4.41. In addition to that, we have to look at the relative strength index reading, which is moderately lower. It's not a severe reading in the negative direction, but it is it's certainly not positive, and you are seeing lower highs on the relative strength index itself. So this does suggest that negative momentum is still governing this stock, and this is unlikely to change here unless we either enter into oversold territory or somehow we get a break of this $5.21 level. So currently, there's a lot of speculation about what's likely to happen over the next few weeks. There are other videos. I'm not even going to go over them at this point. I've done that enough. But where, people are talking about this September 4 trading date as if this is going to be some hugely important date. What's good about that is that it's a clear line in the sand, and I think that at least people will be able to understand that if these price moves do not occur on that date, at some point, people are going to start to understand that a lot of what's being pushed on this platform is complete nonsense, and it's based on absolutely nothing except YouTube clicks. I mean, it's really not based on anything else. I don't think these people actually believe what they're saying, and they just hope that enough people click on it and believe what they're saying. As if these people are experts or something, and they're not. They don't know anything about the stock market. I don't think they've ever had a successful trade in their entire life. So, what we're currently dealing with here, it's a fairly critical inflection point, in my opinion. I mean, I think that if we start to see a rollover here, at the very least, you're looking at a retest of this $4.80 level, and then if that price level breaks, we're moving right back down to this 441 zone, and then you have to pull out farther on the price chart in order to see lower prices. The next level to the downside really comes in at right around $2.90. You'd have to go back to the middle of May, roughly, the first half of May, to start to get the next support level to the downside. So, overall, I mean, this is kind of for flatlining here, and then as this happens, we're starting to see a major rollover here, and I don't want to be forecasting these things. In the downside direction like this as much as people think. But, what I was calling for here was this 575 level. I mean, you can go back to the prior videos and see that this is where I was expecting, number one, people to start exiting their positions, long positions, and take some profits. And then number two, I thought that we were likely to start seeing some short selling positions as well. And given the strength of this, kind of near term move here to the downside, this is likely what happened. I mean, this is a completely red section of the chart, and it was the third time that we tested this 575 level. So this is a very intimidating level here to the top side. If you did break above here, then I would say you've got a changing picture here a bit. But this is not the way that things are currently unfolding at this point. And if we do see a clear sustained break of this $5 level, this $4.99 support zone, first you're looking at 480, and then from there it's going to be 441. So here's the current market update for AMC Entertainment Holdings Incorporated, stock ticker AMC. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.